Okay, so today I'm going to try to show you how you do the advanced drop down to Kraid, down to the boss fight. You start off in this room right here after doing the first draft in Kraid's lair. Move through this door and you land on this tile and jump back up. This is to position the screen precisely as you want it. You don't have to shoot the door before you jump down, it's just to save time. You do these wraps until you go off screen here, and then you morph. And you have to roll down and land between the platforms below. I'm gonna put on the script to show you what's going on. This is where you want to land. If you're landing on the somewhere else, you're probably going to get stuck, so practice. This is bad. I like to unmorph at the peak of the jump, like that. I don't know how much it matters, but it works for me like that, so I'm going with it. And you can tell, like, if you're not using the script, you can tell by the screen's position if you're getting it right. You want to be all the way down here. Now, in this spot, you want to do a jump up on the ledge, like that, so it's a big jump, and then a small press to the right. Get up here. And from here, you want to morph and roll off and get stuck in the door like that with an unmorph. You don't really want to hit the ledge before you roll off like this, because it might not work. So make sure you do a clean roll off. This also means that when you're jumping up, you don't want to you don't want to exaggerate the right press, because you might end up so far into the ledge that you're gonna hit it no matter what, and you're not gonna get stuck in the door. If you don't get stuck in the door, you can do a retry routine. I'm gonna come to that in a minute. So this is where we want to be, and you can time that one more by looking at the screen's position. If that landing sound comes a little bit after you unmorph, you know that you missed the door, and you're sitting right there. Now, if the sound comes like almost immediately after you unmorph, like that, you know you're stuck in the door. So you have to listen to that sound too. Now, this is the hard part. Now we're stuck in the door, we have the right position. And what we want to do now is shoot the door, then quickly morph, and then do a left press. Now, the left press is frame perfect if you want to get down the Kraid. And the timing is somewhat dependent on the interval between the shot and the morph, so you want to do all of this consistently. And of course, you don't get to see what's going on. This is your screen, so you have to do it by feel. It's hard. There's no way around it, and you're going to reset here a lot if you try to run this. Now, there are 4 outcomes to this this move right here. You might do it too early, like this, and that's when you end up here. You can tell how early you were, because the lower Samus is, the closer you were to making it. Now this is a good handful of frames off. I exaggerated it, it's way too early. You can get her like a little bit below the second line of blocks there. You're very close. If you do it too late, do the left input too late, you're gonna get pushed out the door. And at that point you can retry. Retry by rolling out the door and morphing, walk back to the door, and then do a press A and left at the same time. Now this is kind of finicky, it's easy to miss. Uh, but if you do hit it, you have to listen to the sound cue. If you miss it, you'll hear her landing sound like a quarter or third or like half a second after the jump. If you miss it, you morph and try again. If you hit the input, you'll hear that the jump sound and the landing sound is much closer together. See, that's what you want. And you can tell by the sound and the screen's position if you're not using the screen. If you get stuck in the door after a retry like this, you're a little bit too low, so you have to do a morph and unmorph. And now you're back at the right position and you can try again. And that's the frame. Now we're going down to Kraid, and you can fight him and keep going. Now the fourth outcome is sometimes you'll end up sometimes you'll end up like you move directly to the left and end up in this green room and you're off screen. If this happens, it means that you weren't stuck in the door. You were standing on the floor and you shut the door. Like you thought you were stuck in the door and then you do the move and you end up here. It just means that you didn't get stuck in the door and you have to listen more carefully for the sound cues and the screen. And that's really all there is to it. If you miss this move right here, you can do the same retry routine. Morph, jump, get stuck in the door. Every time you miss this jump, by the way, you have to morph and morph. There we go, and we do one climb, and there we are. That's our position. You can, if you go too late, you can retry this as many times as you want. Of course, if you go too early, you have to reset. Now let's see how this looks without the script. That's the frame right there. The screen moved a little bit down, but nothing happened. This means I was too late. So I roll to the right, one more, move back to the door, and then I do this quick jump with A and left. And see how that was. That landing sound came pretty quickly after I jumped. That means I'm in the right position here. Now this is where I want to do the morph to get one step up, and then I can try again. And you have to practice this jump to get stuck into the door, but you can always listen to the sound cue to know if it works. That's important. If you're too late, you can like retry this over and over and over again. And you're gonna bleed time here, but that's how it goes. See if I can hit this. Yeah, there we go. One thing I'd like to note is that if you're doing a run like this, make sure your Kraid fight is on point before you start doing the rap, because it's going to be a heavy reset point, and whenever you get through, you don't want to die to Kraid over and over again. So make sure you're at a 90% Kraid success rate before you start doing the rap. Otherwise, you're just wasting time and you're not getting anywhere. And that's about it. I'm going to credit C-Scully for inventing this rap back in 2021. If you're into 2D Metroid speedrunning and you're not following Scully, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because he's top-notch, one of the best. And also the script we're using is invented by Metal Machine. It's one of the most important resources for Metroid speedrunning. Metal Machine is probably mostly known for his Zelda 1 Metroid 1 randomizer, which is really good. So if you like Zelda 1 Metroid 1, you gotta try it out. And that's it for me. I hope this was helpful. If I missed anything or if I like messed anything up or anything can be done better, please reach out, let me know in the comment section or on Discord or wherever you can find me, because I'm still figuring this out myself. So yeah, have a nice day.